Hi guys, welcome to the Global Sports Analysis. I am Adeyinka Black. You already know I'm here to give you all the insights, all the goodies, and everything you should be looking out for in football. Now, I know that many of you, of course, now speaking to my Nigerians, I have watched the match or the World Cup qualifiers match that happened, of course, over the course of the international break, and most especially the match against Zimbabwe that was played in Gospel Pabio Stadium, Uyo. And of course, I just thought to talk about this, and let's break down this match like we're having a good old chat, football chat. And yeah, so Nigeria versus Zimbabwe. It was one of those games that would just keep you on the edge of your seat, right? Like a final match. And of course, it was played at Gospel Pabio International Stadium in Uyo. But the match ended in a 1-1 draw. But oh boy, there was so much story to just the scoreline. And that's what I want to basically talk about today. Of course, now, the match went from just the regular kind of matches, and of course it was really just tough to see that Nigeria started the game with all the confidence in the world, coming off the back of a solid 2-0 win against Rwanda. Now, of course, the Super Eagles had their tails up, and of course they dominated possession from the get-go, keeping Zimbabwe pinned, back in their own half. And you could feel the energy from the crowd's, electric stuff. But for all their possession, the goals were not just coming. I'm talking about missed chances here and there, off-target shots. It was just getting frustrating. Now, there, of course, came the magic moments. Victor Osimhen, the man, the legend, the myth, the goal machine. And he stepped up in the 74th minute. And, of course, provided by Ola Aina, the Nottingham Forest man, who whipped in that beauty of a cross. And Osimhen, being the predator that he is, got to the end of it with a thundering header. Now, the stadium erupted and it was exactly what Nigeria needed, and there is always a but in football, especially when it comes to Nigeria. Zimbabwe had other plans, and in the 90th minute, Tawanda Cherere pulled off a brilliant moment. I don't even think it was brilliant, to be honest. He just danced past defenders like they were not there and slaughtered the ball past about almighty Mwabali, rather. And it was just a punch for Nigeria because it was just dreadful. Thinking that we could actually stay second on the table and having our hopes dashed was just something that we all could not imagine. Now, let's talk about Nigeria's approach. Now, of course, they had tactics, and we need to talk about the tactics, which, of course, came out to be a 4-4-2 diamond formation, and which made sense on paper, but they were all about... It was kind of funny because many people spoke about playing Lookman out of position, but we could see that Lookman and Chukwueze were providing pace and flair. And then, of course, there was Osimhen leading the line like a superstar that he is, but the issue, finishing. We could see chances where Chukwueze just booted the ball over the post. Of course, Osimhen missed chances, but they created so many chances, but couldn't, put an end to the game or put the game to bed. Of course, Zimbabwe had a game plan. In my own opinion, we've got to hand it to them that they had a game plan, so to speak. They were scrappy, but they were resilient, and they just didn't give up. Their 4-2-3-1 setup was all about sitting deep, soaking up pressure, and of course, hitting on the counter-attack. And guess what? I think it worked because that Lego maybe it was a fluke, maybe it wasn't a fluke, but it was definitely a reward for staying disciplined and taking their one big chance. And what exactly does this mean for Nigeria? Because the result is that, let's be real, we needed that 3 points, and with only 4 games left in the qualifiers, we're now fourth in the group. And of course, this it's sad. We only have 7 points, and of course, South Africa is sitting pretty at the top with 13 points. I'm looking back now. I'm thinking about the times where we had the opportunity to beat teams like Benin Republic, their first ever win in the history of playing against Nigeria. It's crazy to see that we lost a club, or rather a country like Benin Republic or Rwanda in the first place, that they were playing like prime Argentina during Maradona days. And of course, moving back to the sad, unfortunate moment with Zimbabwe, and time was running out for the Super Eagles to secure the coveted automatic qualification spot. And of course, I think we need to sort out our finishing woes, and we need to do that fast. But of course, we have to give a shout out to Victor Osimhen. This guy is just unstoppable in the air, and that goal was pure brilliance, honestly, pure class. But of course, we know that And we could also see the frustration on his face after the final whistle was blown. We know how big those 2 points that were dropped were. And of course, shout out to Chiwera of Zimbabwe, the hero of the night. That solo goal was something, I think, cool and composed. Also clinical in a way. And looking ahead, what's next for Nigeria? They've got a couple of must-win games coming up in September against Rwanda and South Africa. And those matches will be a make or break for World Cup hopes. Of course, we've seen that it will be, and of course, have gone spiritual to say that we would qualify for the World Cups in the mighty name of Jesus. Speaking about, being hopeful and being optimistic. Of course, it's something that really brings so much sadness, so much thoughts. Now, in a time where everything is happening in the country, the economy is not exactly doing great, and of course, people are going through hardship. Football seems to be the thing that keeps us united, that keeps us happy, that keeps our minds off the problems, the downturns of the economy. And just when you think football is that thing that's going to be it for you, 1 minute you're flying high, the next you're brought down to earth. And it's just crazy. What do you make of this game? I would like to hear your take. What are your opinions? What do you think we could have done better? Is it the coach's fault? Is it the player's fault? Is it our defense? Is it our attack? Is it the player selection? Let me know what you think about this, the match against Nigeria versus Zimbabwe. And of course, let us know what you also anticipate in the next matches against Rwanda and of course South Africa. We've beaten South Africa before in the AFCON when it actually didn't matter. So I think we can actually do it again. They are our, we can get this sorted out. And of course, Rwanda, we gave them a 2-0 victory in their own home. So coming to Nigeria shouldn't be so much of a problem. We should end it. And of course, I end this episode, of course, on a sad note, but of course, what can I do? We have to move on. And of course, this is the Global Sport Analysis. I am Adeyinka Black, as always, providing you with all the insights, all the best things that could ever, happen in the world of football. And I say cheers, stay safe.